Hi, my name is Deb Johnston, and welcome to Women Reinventing Midlife TV, where we aim to inspire women over 50 to thrive in a meaningful life you deeply desire and deserve. And today I want to talk about turning confusion into clarity through the process of retreat. And it's a topic that is very much talked about in this phase of life. I meet a lot of women who feel confused. And first of all, I want to let you know that that's normal and it's perfectly okay. So many of us feel confused in this phase of life. The thing is what do we do with it? What do we do with that confusion? For so many of us, we just keep going, right? We keep going, doing the same thing, same day, filling our space with lots of different tasks, lots of different things to do. The problem here is this: when we don't have enough time for ourselves, when we don't create the time and space that we need to do some self-exploration, then life begins to feel a bit unbalanced. We might begin to feel stuck. And by putting our energy outwards all the time, focusing on other people and doing things for other people, we can often feel incredibly tired. And all this does, it actually increases the confusion. It doesn't create the clarity, it makes the situation worse. So what I have learned, and most especially just recently holding a retreat for a beautiful group of women, is that when we retreat, and this doesn't have to be an organized retreat, by the way, you can do this for yourself. When we retreat from everyday life, then we create that space for ourselves. We create the space. Now, if you look in the dictionary, it talks about retreat as being something that happens during battle, right? It's all about withdrawing from a particular battle or from a problem. But retreat in this aspect is still the process of withdrawing, but we're just withdrawing from everyday life. So with retreat, it's important that we change our environment. This is what I've found. It's important that we change our immediate or everyday environment. Even if we just go camping for a couple of nights, it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. Even if we just go camping for a couple of nights, or going to stay in a cabin somewhere, or just change our environment in some way, because when we change our environment, then we start to think a little bit differently. Our environment has such an influence over the way we think and the way we view our world. It's quite incredible. You know that when you go on holiday, you feel different, you think differently, you have a different viewpoint, or you see things from a different perspective. And it's the same when we retreat. If we change our environment, it opens us up to new ways of thinking. It opens us up to a new way of seeing things, and it creates the space from our everyday world to actually begin that self-exploration and really thinking about, it's a lot of journaling, really thinking about what is important to you right now. What is important to you? And what do you want your life to look like? What is important to you? How do you want your life to fulfill what's important to you? How do you want to feel every day? You know, how do you want your life to be so that it's really fulfilling for you? These are questions that you can ask in everyday life, but when you're going about your everyday business, then it becomes difficult to create that space for yourself. When you're going about your everyday work, family commitments, all of those things, it becomes difficult to create that time and space for yourself. But in the process of retreat, then you are by yourself. Or you can be with a group of like-minded women, but they need to have the same reason for being on retreat. Otherwise, it just turns into one big conversation like you've always had before, and you just have a really good time away with friends, which is great. But you want to have that self-exploration process going. You want that to happen in retreat. it's really, during retreat, you can also really think about what energizes you, what gives you energy, and what drains your energy. So, so important, because the things that energize you are actually things that you love doing, or things that you enjoy being a part of. When things drain you, then it's generally an area or aspect of your life that's not really serving you right now. So it's important to do this kind of reflection. Now, here's the benefit of having an organized retreat. So actually going on a retreat that's been organized for you. You connect with like-minded women. You are all there for the same reason. You're all there because you want to do some self-exploration. You want to think about what's important to you, or you're just tired and confused and you don't know where to start. Retreat is really amazing for this, an organized retreat. You're also served very high vibrating food, which means that you're going to be more in a high vibrational state that helps you have access to that clarity. Generally, with an organized retreat, you also have some forms of spiritual practices as well that helps you access those higher vibrational states. The great thing about organized retreats is you're with a group of like-minded women who are non-judgmental. And this is one of the biggest things that I've heard from my clients, is that it's so nice to be able to share things and not feel judged, and actually be able to get some support from other women. It's a shared mutual support, which is really beautiful. So, there's retreat, and whether you do an organized one, whether you go away on your own, the important thing to mention here is how much retreat can make a difference in turning confusion to clarity. You have some time to rest, and when you have time to rest, then you feel more energized. As you feel more energized, your vibration rises, and as your vibration rises, then you're able to access the clarity that you want for you and your life in your next chapter. And then making sure that you're away, as you move away from your environment in retreat, from your everyday environment. If you're doing it on your own, it needs to be on your own. Probably not taking your partner, because again, unless your partner is wanting the same clarity as well, then you probably just have a really good time away, which is great, but you're doing this because you want clarity. So again, it's about creating that time and space for yourself. Then we're getting really clear on what it is you want, what's important to you, what energizes you. Or you can do it in an organized retreat where everything has been prearranged for you, and you can have those really high vibe conversations that are going to give you the clarity that you want and help you experience life as you want it to be. So the power of retreat, whether it's by yourself or whether it's an organized retreat, is incredible for turning confusion into clarity. I trust that helps. And if you did find this video helpful, remember to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, because we can all benefit from this, of gaining that clarity that we need for our next chapter. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, just remember to subscribe to my channel, click the red button underneath, and click the bell for notifications so you don't miss out. Thank you for joining me, and I will look forward to connecting next time. Lots of love. Bye-bye.